everyone, this is Ida. Good afternoon. I sent Miss Tmika a package, and she's got a lot of subscribers. So I had a lot of people see that video, and I had a bunch of requests on how I did uh, the words that I sent her, and all I really did to that. And I have the word believe here, and I'm going to show you how I did that. All I did was emboss it. And the embossing powder that I use, it's by Recollections, and it's called Opaque Party Pink. And I would have liked it to be like a lighter pink, but this is all I had. And I have the fine detail glitter in different colors, but I didn't like the way that turned out. But I have this opaque embossing powder. I have it in a blue and I have it in a pink, and I really like the way it did like a puffy effect, and it was very glossy. The one that Miss Tmika liked was like a pink and white, but it really wasn't white. I just embossed it in this pink, and I happened to drop it as soon as I finished embossing it, and it fell face down like that. When I flipped it back up off the floor, it was white mixed with the pink. And I liked that so much that I just left it alone. I could have gone back and heated it back up, and I don't know if it was because it cooled instantly where it fell, or why it had that effect on the embossing. But I like the way it did. I don't know if it's going to do it this time again, but we're going to drop it on this glass after we emboss it, and let's see what happens. Let's try it out. So this is a technique, guys, and this isn't my idea either. I saw somebody do it, and all you have to type in is like embossed, how to emboss wood embellishments, and one of the videos came up. I don't even know if it's her original idea, but I did see a video, and I liked the way she did it. And she did like an ombre effect, and that's what I was trying to achieve on the ones that I altered. So I'm going to show you what I did to these. The first thing we're going to do is we're just going to take the embossing pad, and all I did was just kind of press the word into the glue pad, the embossing pad, and I made sure that it was really coated. This thing's wobbling. I don't know if I lost one of my feet on here or what the deal is. I hope I didn't, or maybe the table's just crooked. Yeah, I think the table's just off. Anyway, all I did was make sure that I pressed the word and coated the whole thing, the front of the word, with the embossing glue pad. All I did was, when I felt that it was already coated enough, let's bring this in. All I did was sprinkle, and I don't have the little original can that this came in because it's easier to have it in these tubs, but it is by Recollections, and it's called Party Pink, and it's opaque embossing powder. So let's emboss this. Let's see what effect we get. And I'm going to try and drop it on the glass and hopefully cool it off right away. And we'll just see. So that's all I did. All I'm going to do is coat the whole thing. And to get the two colors on there, the blue and the pink, all I did was emboss the whole thing in, I believe I embossed it in blue first, the whole thing. And I heat set it, and then after I was done with that, I got my stuff ready to do the pink on there. And all I did to that was reheat the blue embossing powder, and I sprinkled the pink right over that real quick while it was still melted, and heat set it again, and that was the results that I got. And I like it. I don't know if it's because it's opaque embossing powder that gives it that glossy puffy look, or why it does that, but I know that the regular fine detail one doesn't do it. So I'm going to move this aside, and the heat gun gets pretty hot, so I'm going to hold it with some tweezers and heat set that. And I'm actually going to move the paper out of the way, because and you might have to do it a couple times, But if I see that this is nice and puffy enough, I'm just going to leave it. But I want to drop it on this glass and hopefully cool off really quick. And we'll get the effect that we're looking for, I hope. And I'm sorry if the lighting's bad here, but I'm like in a little corner, so my heat gun can I can have a place to plug it up and it will reach. And the lighting's better on my desk, but it doesn't reach all the way over there, so because I usually do it like on a side cabinet, and the lighting's not that great there either. So it's gonna take a few minutes, you know, a couple minutes to get it going. And once I'm happy with it, you're gonna see that it's gonna start to change and it's gonna get really glossy. There we go. And you might, like I said, have to do it a couple times if you want it really thick on there. I did it twice because I did 2 colors. And I think even the one that I did all pink, I still did it twice. But let's see what we get. You know, usually when you hold this up to the light, you can see where it's changing, where the embossing powder is changing. But because of the angle I'm in, or in the little corner I'm in, I can't see it that well. But I don't think it's there. And actually, if this fit into my little box, I could just drop it in there and recoat it and heat set it again. But let's see what this does. Sometimes it takes my heat gun a little while to heat up. And I'm going to say that we need another coat because I don't see it doing what I wanted to do. Or maybe I didn't get enough glue on here. But I don't see it doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and keep heating it up. Then I'm going to coat it again. Let's go ahead and recoat it while it's still hot. Let me move this out of the way. I don't like the angle I'm holding it in. Let me change that a little bit. Let me hold it right there. Oops. I got it on my glass. I finally gave in and bought myself this glass I had been eyeing for a while. So let's try this again. Let's see what results we get. That looks a little bit better. I can see it's starting to get glossy and a little puffy. So definitely we needed more than 1 coat. You know, and it might be too the difference because I think the other ones are might be chipboard and not actually wood. So I'm thinking that the wood might need several coats of the embossing powder. But we'll see. But I see it starting to get puffy. Now I can see it. I have to get better tweezers. These are hurting my hands where I'm squeezing it to make sure it doesn't fall. I'm going to put it on this paper and I'm going to heat it up again because I don't want to hold it anymore. So I can see where it's starting to get puffy, but I also can see that it needs another coat. And I'm going to try it with this one. Then if this one doesn't do well, I'll go ahead and use the same ones I did on Miss Tamika's And we'll see if it's the paper that makes the difference, the fact that they're chipboard and not wood, or what's going on here. But really, this is all I did to it. So I'm going to go ahead and put some more embossing powder on it, and I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle it right up here because it's already nice and hot, and then I'll just tap it off. So this is the third coat, guys. So this might, like I said, you might need to give it, I know, more than one, but we might even have to do more than 3. And this is the third one. I'm just going to tap it off. Pour this back into the container. Set this back down and let's heat set it again. And like I said, I'm thinking it's because it's the wood, but we'll see. Oh yeah, it's starting to get nice and shiny and puffy. So you are going to need to give it several coats, and just give it as many as you think, you know, where you like it. But I already see that in this third one, it is starting to get really shiny and puffy. And I'll see if I can turn it, angle it in front of the phone, because I'm recording on my phone, and to see if I can catch that puffiness and the shininess, how shiny it is on here. And then I'm gonna, when I get the results that I want, I'm gonna go ahead and heat it up again and drop it on my glass, and we'll see if we can get it to turn into that marbled white. See, I still feel like it needs another coat, even though it's starting to get puffy and shiny. It still needs some more. I don't believe that I gave it that many coats with the little chipboard words. So let me set this down and let's try this again. It never fails, you know, when you're recording, somebody comes in making noise. And my daughter is always singing to the Lord. But that's a good thing, right? So let's put this back into the pot. And let's try it again. This makes it 4 times already, I believe. Yeah, that's looking really good. So obviously with the wood you need more. But you'll start to see how it's really looking good now that we have this 4th coat on here. It's really shiny, starting to shine up. And I'm going to show it to you after it's done and before I drop it. And then to drop it, I'm just going to reheat it. This E is being a little stubborn down here. And I'm thinking it could probably use one more coat. Oh, that's looking really nice. And maybe I didn't get enough glue on that E. Who knows? Let me see if I can get more on this E. Need some there. There we go. It's getting there, guys. You can see where it's nice and getting nice and puffy, but it did take more coats than on the other pieces that I did. There we go. I think this is going to be the last one I'm going to do. because I already see that in most of it I got the results that I wanted. But when I did the fine detail embossing powder, it looked kind of gritty. It wasn't shiny and puffy and smooth like this one is. Oh yeah, it's looking good. It's looking real nice. Yeah. I see a little bit of the swirl in it, but not too much. Now at this point, if I wanted to do two colors, this is where I would go in with my other color and only coat half of it. This one I'm going to leave it like this because I only have the blue and the pink, and I really don't want to do it in blue and pink. I want it either blue or pink. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to show you what this looks like. Hopefully, let me bring it up here. Can you see that right there? Can you see the shine? And it actually is puffy. Very pretty. But there's not really, there's a little bit of white going on in it. Not too much. I'm going to go ahead and heat it up again, and then I'm going to drop it. And we'll see what we get when I do that. But it did take, like I said, several coats. But it does work with wood. It just takes you a little longer. So let me see if I can hold this somewhere and heat it up, and then I'm just going to drop it. And it actually got a little stuck to my floor when I dropped it. And I thought, oh, it's ruined. And it actually ended up being really, really nice. I think that's hot enough. Okay, let's see, guys. Let's see what we get. It's stuck. We got a little bit marbling going on. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. I can see it right here where the E is. And a little bit right here on the I. On the L. I see some on the L and some on the B. But not a whole lot. I don't know why it did it or why it didn't do it why it did it the last time and not this time. But it only did it a little bit. So, and like I dropped it from the top of my cabinet, because I have cabinets in my craft room, all the way to the floor. And it gave it that marble look. It's really hot when I hold it. Yeah, no, I didn't do it too much, just a little bit. But you can see it. It's enough where you can see it. Tamika's had a lot more going on, a lot of more of that marbling effect. But this one now I can see that it might have something to do with that when you drop it and it cools down really fast, because I see it on the V as well. So, you know, it just depends if you guys want to keep dropping it. But that's all I did to it. And we got, like I said, we got a little bit going on here, but not too much. And I hope this explains stuff to you. But that's all I did to it. Thanks for watching, you guys. And I hope this helps you out. Bye.